Hello, my name is Palm Tree. Today's video is about cognitive functions. What are cognitive functions? Take this picture of a very legit four-legged animal I drew here. Imagine this animal is an MBTI type. For me, I like to refer to the cognitive functions as the legs. At the time of this recording, there are 8 cognitive functions. At first, there were only 4, being sensation, intuition, feeling, and thinking, all in capital letters. But then, extroverted and introverted was then later added, but is typed in lowercase letters. Let me give you an example. This is sensation, and this is extroverted. Now what if I mash that in together? Now that is a cognitive function. Before I go into what the individual functions are and which MBTIs use which, let me explain some things. For everyone, you are going to have 4 functions, 2 being awfully important, being your dominant and auxiliary functions, which is your first 2. Your dominant function being how you perceive information automatically or naturally. Of course, you are able to adapt to the habits of either of the cognitive functions, but if you choose to behave this way instead of being your own natural habit, it is most definitely not a cognitive function. Let's see the cognitive function stacks. As I said before, everyone has 4 separate functions. However, an MBTI type can either be a perceiving or judging dominant. We'll categorize these functions to see if they go into judging or perceiving. We'll refer to F and T as J because they are judging functions, and we'll refer to N and S as P because they are both perceiving functions. This is a judging dominant stack, JPPJ. And this is a perceiving dominant stack, PJJP. These are the correct orders for the stacks to go in. Just know that the letters cannot be the same in a cognitive function. If you are confused if the next function is extroverted or introverted, it will be the opposite. Like, if you have an extroverted function first, the next function will be introverted. I know this is quite complicated, and trust me, when I was first learning this, I was very puzzled too. So how about I give you some questions so I can flesh this out a bit more.
It's time to drink water.
We're going to take a look at ENFJ for this example. What do you think ENFJ's cognitive functions are? I'll give you some hints. We know what the dominant functions are, intuition and feeling, since that is what's right in the middle. Now you have to take a look at the first letter of the type. Now we see that the function is extroverted. Now, the common misconception that people have is that extroverted types are all talkative and stuff. It's just to show that if the function is extroverted or introverted. This also applies to introverted MBTIs. Not all introverted MBTIs play Genshin Impact and stay in their room all day. So how do we know if it's ne or fe? Well, you know how this type is a judging one? And do you remember what I told you about the combination order? So we know judging is either T or F, so it most definitely would be fe. Now, I'd let you try to answer the rest. You can either pause the video or cheat like the little devious thing you are. Count down. The correct answer is fe, ni, te, si. Of course, this also applies to perceiving dominance. Let us use ENTP for this example. Now we know that intuition and thinking are its dominant function because it's in the middle. Now we look at the first letter. Now we know it's an E. Now we see the last letter. Oh, it's a perceiving dominant. And perceiving letters are N and S. So its dominant function must be ne. Are you getting this? Good, since introverts are a little bit trickier.
Also trickier to drag them out of a confined space called their rooms.
Let's take ISFJ as an example. If we apply what we did back then, we would know that our dominant functions are sensation and feeling. And we know it is introverted by the first letter. Since the last letter is judging, it must be F or T. Oh wait, nuh-uh. Since the last letter is referring to the auxiliary function, The dominant must be perceiving, like N or S. So the dominant will be C. Now we'll have another example. This is INTP. Blah blah, you know the drill, look middle, look front, look back, and whip a nay. I'll explain it again and give you a type to crack. We know it's intuition and thinking since we're looking at the middle. Now we look at the front. We see introverted, so we put I. Now it's time to look back and bust some dance moves. Because it's a perceiving dominant, it's N or S. Or wait, it's not, cause it's referring to the second function, like the absolute booty hole that it is. So it must be T. Now it's time to crack one yourself. Either pause this video or wait for the answer. Or cheat. This is the ISTJ. There's a timer next to it. Countdown. The correct answer is C. Congratulations if you got it right. Thank you for watching. If you know me, I'm probably showing this video for you to know cognitive functions. Because why not?